It was April of 2024. I was turning 14 at the time, and my mate Caleb was turning 14 at the time as well. Not exactly, it was a few months off, but you get the point. We were hanging out at a McDonald's and got some food, and we were both chilling there. And we kept doing this for around a few months' time, where we'd just hang out. And from what I remember, it was around maybe June, maybe a little later. I don't know the exact month, but there was this person that played on Caleb's football team, or not football team, soccer. Was it? No, basketball. I think basketball. I'm not 100%. I'm pretty sure it's basketball. And he daps up Caleb, and I'm like, yo, what's up? Now, let me give you a bit of a backstory before we continue the current story. Previous to this, after I got into high school, I decided that I was going to do homeschooling, and I wanted to do homeschooling. And after doing homeschooling for quite a long time, it had been, 2 years at this point, I didn't have many friends. I maybe had 4 or 5 friends, which weren't new friends. They were only friends that I had kept from primary school. So I only had like a few actual good friends that I'd managed to keep from primary school. Caleb was being one of them. The rest of my friends were all just like friends that lived in a different area, a different part of Australia, or a different part of the world. So I didn't really have any, friends. So after I see this person dapping up Caleb, I'm like, all right, I want to try to be his friend. And for a bit of context, his name was Du. I don't know how to pronounce his name. It was spelled D-E-U. I think it was Ju. Yeah, Ju. Ju. I still don't know how to pronounce his name. We meet, and first impressions, I liked the kid, but I didn't really know him, and he was a bit younger than me. I don't remember his age. He was maybe 13, 14, and I was already 14 at the time, or turning 14. So he was a little bit younger than me and Caleb, but nonetheless, I didn't really care. We hung out, and after we hang out, I get his Snapchat, and I add him on Snapchat. Now, Ju, to give a bit of backstory about him, he was a pretty nice kid. He didn't really hang around with a bad crowd. He was more against that. Like, he was literally like asking me if I was going to be a good influence or not when we met. So it was like trying to hang around the good crowd, which was a good thing. His name, Ju, you already said that. He was 13 years old, originally from Africa, and that's all I really knew about him. And so after I get a Snapchat, we talk a bit. We might have hopped on phone call for a few times here and there. But then after that, me and Caleb decide to go meet with him again, because Ju didn't really want to meet with me by himself because he didn't really know me that well, and he also comes from literally, he was like on the other side of where I live, so it was pretty annoying to get to where we wanted to meet up. So he would have to catch the bus and then do all this bullshit, get off, catch another. So it was pretty annoying for him. So he didn't really want to meet me by himself, because what if I am a bad person? What if I try to mug him or whatever? So I kind of do get that. And back then, I did have social anxiety around that thing, because like probably, 8 months prior, I'd been robbed, and so I knew how it felt. So I kind of get where he came from. So me and Caleb, we meet up with Ju, and we meet up at this McDonald's, and Ju's running late. And me and Caleb are like, what the fuck, where the hell is he? Because he was meant to be there like 30 minutes ago. So we're wondering, where the hell is Ju at? And we're messaging him, and he's not answering. So I called him, and he picks up the phone, and I'm like, yo bro, where are you? And he goes, I'm on the bus, I'll be there in 5 minutes. I'm like, all right, bet. So he says he's gonna be there in 5 minutes. And 10 minutes later, I kid you not, he's not there. So I call him again, no answer. And we wait probably another 20 minutes. We're about to leave at this point. We're literally just about to, we're about to ride off on our bikes. And I just decide, I'm just gonna call him, because why the hell not? So I give him one last call. And I'm like, he answers, he picks up. I'm like, where the hell are you? And he goes, I'll be there in 10 minutes, I'm on the bus. I'm like, what? 10 minutes? You said you'll be there in 20 minutes ago. And now you're saying 10? So literally 20 minutes later, after he said he'll be there in 5, he's still not there, and then he's saying another 10. So it went from 5 minutes, he said he'll be there, to 30. So I was like, all right, well, 10 minutes, we may as well wait. So me and Caleb go to a 7-Eleven, which is right near like the McDonald's. It's literally a 2-minute ride, 1-minute ride. It's literally right across the road. We shop around at the 7-Eleven, and then we finally get a message back from Drew, and he's like, I'm coming now. And we're like, what do you mean? He goes, I'm coming now, I'm at Subway. And Subway is like pretty far. It's all uphill across this main road. So it's like probably a 5-minute walk. We're like, why the hell are you at Subway? And then it clicks. The bus stop only stops near that Subway. So he was all the way on the other side while we were at 7-Eleven. But we eventually link up. I think it was at Subway. Might be thinking of another time, I don't really remember. And we link up, Drew gets to know me a bit more, and other than that, I don't really remember what we did. I think we probably ate and that was about it. And then after this, me and Drew start to get a bit closer, like our friendship. We were, being pretty close, as in cooling. He gave me his number, and we'd just start talking a lot more. And then we met up for the first time together, and it was at a Subway, the same Subway. We just loved Subway. We got literally Subway when we went to the Subway, because why else would we go to the Subway? So we got Subway. Drew somehow knew the Subway worker there. I was like, what the hell? This guy knows everyone. Even though he lives on the other side of where I live, he still somehow knows people from the other side. I guess it was because he was on a basketball team. So yeah, I become semi-mates with the Subway worker, even though we don't even talk. So after this, we eat our food, carry on. And then we go to these bike ramps, and I'm just BMXing, and he's just eating, I think it was more food, I don't remember what. And then anyway, we end up staying out until 9 o'clock, and then after 9 p.m. at night, and then his mum picks him up while I ride home. And we were talking about sleeping over. I was gonna either sleep over at his house, or he was either gonna sleep over at mine. So we were gonna, sleep over. We were becoming good friends. So I'd somehow dug this, random friendship into a proper friendship. It was weird. And then we meet up some more, and then we start sneaking into this gym, because I had a gym membership, and it was paid for, but I didn't even know this at the time, but only you couldn't bring other people in, which I guess makes sense now that I'm looking at it. Yeah, obviously can't bring multiple people in there. So I start sneaking them into the gym, not even knowing it, because I just wasn't using my brain. And we're just doing these semi-workouts, and I would hit leg day while Stu is sitting there doing pull-ups on a fucking pull-up machine. So I was like, why are you doing pull-ups on leg day? And he was just doing the most random workouts on the most random weight. I'm like, bro, come do preacher curls. So I was like, why are you doing all this shit on arm day and leg day? It was so weird. But anyway, after this happens, he's just doing random workouts, but I try to get him into a proper workout routine, even though my workout routine was not good back then. I don't work out anymore, so, but my workout routine just wasn't it. But yeah, I try to get him into a better workout routine at least, and we start doing, these pretty shit workouts. We weren't even, they were horrid, and my dieting was shit, so I wasn't even, it was a waste of time. That's all it was. And because of this, Drew was able to stay out till 10 at night, and he had pretty, I wouldn't say strict, they weren't really strict, but his parents cared about him a lot. But the only reason they let him out so late is because we were in a safe spot. We were at a gym, which only people with gym memberships could get into at that late, at that time of night. So we knew that if someone came into the gym, it was a guy that had a gym membership and was here to work out and not do anything else. And there were cameras scattered all across the gym and outside the gym. So even if someone that didn't like us did manage to get in, I mean, if they tried anything, it would all be on camera, so it didn't matter. Now, after this happens, we're gymming quite a lot, and Drew, he's like nearly coming with me at least a few times a week. And then we end up stop gymming, and then this thing happens, and it was super weird, but he goes on holiday, and because I was randomly seeing that he was on a plane on his story or something like that, and he was like going to Thailand. I'm like, Drew, what are you doing in fucking Thailand? And anyway, long story short, I didn't really believe he was in Thailand. I thought it was bullshit, because when I would ask him to send photos, he sent this fucking animated picture. It was fake. And he goes, oh, you want photos? Yeah, Will sent me, he asked me the same thing. Will was another guy on his football team that was like my mutual. We didn't really talk though. And after he sends me these photos, I'm like, yeah, this is fake. He's not even in Thailand. He's just faking his trip. But yeah, after this, probably a few weeks go by, and everyone's heading back to school because this was school holidays. So everyone's starting to go back to school, and I see Drew's not at school. I'm like, why isn't he going to school? And he's not going back to school. So I'm like, I message him. I'm like, Drew, where the hell you at? You know, showing up to school. And he goes, yeah, bro, I'm in Nigeria or something like that, Africa. And I don't believe this either. I just think he's bullshitting, obviously. And I'm like, okay, send pictures. And he sends a picture of this other dark-skinned kid. I'm not being racist, I'm just describing, just saying. He sends a picture of this other dark-skinned kid, the same skin color. I was like, okay, it's probably just his brother. So after I see this, I'm like, all right, turn on your Snap Map. I don't believe you. Snap Map is just like location on Snapchat. I'm sure a lot of you know if you actually use Snapchat. And he turns on his Snap Map. Guess where bro was? He was in fucking like Mohali, not Mohali, India. Why am I saying Mohali? He was in like fucking the middle of Africa. He was on, he was like in the middle of Kenya and Nigeria. It was weird. Yeah, he was like somewhere in Kenya. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing in Kenya? So after this, I'm like, when the hell are you coming home? Like, when the hell are you coming back to Australia? And he was like, I'll be back before you know it. That's what he says to me. And I don't think he kind of knew it either. But I think his parents were planning to move to like America. And they probably didn't tell Drew, because I feel like Drew would have told me if he was moving to America. But this close friendship that I've built with this kid for the past, 4 or 5 months was about to go to shit. And what do I mean by that? Well, bro did move to, he moved to America. And how did I find this out? I texted William probably 2 months ago, so this was very recent. I'm like, where the hell is Drew? I haven't heard of him. And when I try to call both of his numbers, so he had 2 phone numbers, I call both of them. How do I do the call symbol? Cool? Oh, cool failed. So I'm like, what the fuck? Where's Drew? He's not answering his Snapchat. I'm like sending him texts all the fucking time, just waiting for him to open it. Don't get a single, he didn't even open any of them. So William messages me, goes, Drew's in America. He moved to America. I was like, fuck all, moved to fucking America. Sorry for all the swearing. I gotta try to swear less. But he moved to America, long story short. And after this, I was like, damn, like this was a friendship that I had put a lot of time into, and he'd put a lot of time into, and we were on the way to becoming really good friends. And then he just randomly went to Thailand, and then Nigeria, or no, not Nigeria, Kenya, and then America. Like, what's next? India? So it's like, man. But anyway, after this happens, I'm just really sad. And this was like 2 months ago. And I'm not gonna go into the premise of it, but basically, I try to call a few of my mates. And I called this one chick, hoping she'll answer, because I'm like, I wanna just talk. And she's like, I'll talk later. So I'm like, all right. well, later I'm not really gonna be sad. So I end up calling one of my cousins Jackson instead. And Jackson's like trying to help me, even though I'm 4 years older than him. He's still just like trying to, you know, fucking support me. But, you know, after this, I heart her text, like heart this girl's text, like as in, yeah, thank you. And I heart all of my friends' texts. I heart Caleb's text. I heart like pretty much everyone's text. It's normal. It's literally normal in my friend group. So I'm like, alright, I'm just gonna heart her text. And I guess this girl took it the wrong way, thinking I was trying to date her or something, even though I don't date people. So she must have taken it the wrong way, and then she just unadded me on Snapchat. So I was like, alright, well, boom, there's 2 friends down. I now just lost 2 mates. The moment I needed someone to talk to about this first mate, like about me losing him, the second mate decides to just block me because of it. Man, it just shows when you need them the most, they're not there for you. So, what is the tale of the story? What is the moral of the story? Well, I'm sure you figured it out, and if you haven't, at the end of the day, you need to be careful who you become friends with. And I'm not saying that because I became friends with Drew and he went off. It wasn't his fault. Shit happens, life happens. I'm saying on the girls' end, when I needed someone to talk to the most, they weren't there. They weren't there. And that was like a 2-year friendship, by the way. 2-year friendship gone over a heart, which I wasn't even looking to date a girl. I'm still not. I don't want to date a girl. I've got so many other things I need to do in my life. But no, just blocked, bye. I was just like, nah. You get the point. So just be careful who you become friends with. And at the end of the day, if you need someone to talk to, make sure you choose the right friend. Because, tell you what, one of your friends might just block you, like mine did. And so yeah, I don't know, maybe it was just not a good friend. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching to the end if you're seeing this. And if you are watching to the end, leave a comment. What word should I choose? Comment yellow. Comment yellow with your comment if you watch to the end, and I'll see it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, make sure to leave a like and a subscribe. Helps me out a ton as a YouTuber. You know, I'm trying to hopefully reach 1,100 subscribers. Oh, actually, I'm gonna stop saying hopefully. I will reach 1,100 subscribers by the end of this month. So yeah, that will happen if you subscribe. So please leave me a subscribe, as I just said, and drop down a comment, bro. I read most of your guys' comments. It's harder to read all of them because my channel's gaining a bit of traction now. But yeah, I'll try to read your comment if you drop a comment. And that's all I have to say. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.